Okay, hello everybody. I'm here doing this recording with Joe Keto from Australia, originally from Canada. And he's the guy who saw the opportunity and brought this product here to Australia. And I'm having a talk with him about how we can do it also in Finland. Yeah. So, Joe, let me just give yourself a little quick introduction.
Sure, sure. And then what do you want me to talk about more? Once I do that, do you want me to talk more about the product side or the business?
Yeah, we can talk first about the product and then also touch on the business side of things as well.
Cool. By the way, I'm enjoying the product of the product. But yeah, nice. I literally, I saw it the first time this crossed my desk was, it's the 22nd here now. It was the 23rd of May last year. And I saw somebody share with me that cartoon video, which is how most people all over the world got introduced to this product. And I thought it was a pretty goofy video when it started out, but by the end of the video, I was interested because it did make it very simple. And then what really got me onto it though was the next thing I saw was a researcher talking about cancer, and then another researcher talking about Alzheimer's, and another one talking about diabetes, and then you started Googling it, and you found that these big people in human optimization, Tim Ferriss, who wrote the 4-Hour Work Week, Dave Asprey, who's a guy who started the Bulletproof Executive brand. These things, and then the athletes like Ben Greenfield and Joe Rogan and big fighter. Anyways, I could go on, but that there was a lot of people talking about it. And so it certainly, was worth giving it a try. And I very quickly, within a week, I was noticing massive differences. My wife, who was suffering with some different health concerns and had just gotten some blood tests, actually got to see the evidence in her blood with some blood tests with her insulin activity, and really leveling out her blood sugar levels. So it was something that we could see and feel very quickly having an impact with us. And then when you started looking at the impact that this was having with so many other people, you knew there was something up. At the time, they're a very young company. They were only about 7 or 8 months old. They'd already, done a phenomenal amount of sales. So much to say, what is it about them? And I initially thought it was the magic because it was a magic bullet, right? And so many people see that cartoon, and even though it only says that it helps your body burn fat or get into a spot where it can burn fat for fuel, and that's what ketosis can do. People always hear burn fat for fuel. And so they think of that quick fix and that easy solution, but it actually helps you, if weight loss is what you're looking for, it helps you do that from increasing insulin sensitivity and helping you satiate your hunger, and that, putting you in a position that if you do reduce calories, you can do that without worrying about losing muscle, because ketones are also muscle sparing. So all of these really good reasons behind the fact that people see it as a very easy thing to do, to shake this up and drink it once a day.
Yeah.
And look, so because it's easy, but also then backed by all these doctors, it's people are getting great results. And I've been working in nutrition for a long time, and when you find something that can move people towards eating more fresh live food and less processed food and less refined sugar, then that's the big win.
And that's actually what I've been noticing as well. Like, I've been also studying nutrition for years now, and this is like the thing that really got me, feeling the benefits so well. And what I've been hearing from Finland, because I have a few customers there already, and the messages that I've been getting are just insane, how much this has helped them to feel better and just, thrive in their lives and give them the extra value that they're always, searching for. So it's very super, super cool. So how would you would you say that people need to be also on a ketogenic diet or change their diet when they are using this drink?
No, they definitely, I mean, these are the ketones, right? So what they've been studying for 100 years and what scientists have been getting people into ketosis to be able to study the benefits of is the ketones. And, you and I are drinking this. So, as I'm getting to the end of this, within half an hour, my blood ketone levels will be raised by, zero point 0.5 to 1.2 millimoles, and I will get the benefits of that elevated blood ketone level. Now, I'm already in ketosis because for me, over time, I chose to make a shift towards that type of long-term lifestyle because that's how I feel good. And it's really about the person. To try and say that, one thing is perfect for everyone is really kind of crazy. And it's what the industry has tried to do, to say there's one fix all, that everybody can do this. And it's really not that way. So now we really know that, okay, you can, as soon as you drink this, you get the benefits of ketones. Certainly a lot of people could do with making some tweaks to their nutritional habits. And in those tweaks, it's all about finding the appropriate level of carbohydrates for the individual, for their genetics, for their lifestyle. Someone that's doing hardcore workouts all the time, the carb appropriate level for them might be much higher. But one thing is universally true, right? The sugar appropriate level for everyone is very low, and the processed food appropriate level for everyone is very low. So if people can make shifts towards that, I certainly think that the world is moving towards the knowledge is back that healthy fats are good, and that lowering carbohydrates is necessary for a lot of people to be able to really maximize their energy. So I think that that's another great thing that comes from this. If nothing else, here in Australia, this product has started more conversations about the fact that yes, fat is healthy. Than anything else to come onto the scene in a decade. Yeah,
I agree. So what about, because people confuse ketosis and ketoacidosis. So what's your, some people say the first thing that they hear, oh, that's dangerous. So what would you say to explain to someone who's feeling that the ketones are dangerous or ketosis is a dangerous state to be in? And how would you differ the ketoacidosis and ketosis kind of conversation?
Sure. Well, look, I mean, all they really have to do is Google it. Even though I'd never like to say rely on Dr. Google, it is really like this crazy that, if you're not type 1 diabetic, it is virtually impossible to do this. We could literally put you under a waterfall of these ketones and, pump them, inject them into your blood, whatever. You would literally, if you can't use them, you pee them out. They're water soluble, right? Ketoacidosis is a condition that only type 1 diabetics have any danger of getting into. And even in that case, it'd be a very extreme condition. And with type 1 diabetics, I mean, they need to be monitoring their bloods very quickly. So even they can take the product. They just have to be a lot more careful with a lot of the things that they're doing. So the quick answer there, if you're not type 1 diabetic, don't worry about it. But also why people hear that is doctors don't know, right? A lot of times they've read about the ketoacidosis as a big problem. So they may say that, but the education on ketosis from anywhere from outside of a holistic health professional or researcher hasn't been that great, because again, it's a fairly new conversation because the general public didn't really have access to it before. Yeah, definitely.
So who do you think will benefit most of the exogenous ketone use?
Well, that's it's a good question. I mean, but it's crazy that it's such a wide array. There's never been, I said to someone, it's like, you cover more health benefits than a health food store, right? It's literally, I've never seen one single product that has such a, not just that, hits every demographic, because this is good for, it's good for kids, right? My 14-month-old daughter has a little bit of ketones all the time. I mean, when she was born, she was living on ketones. When she was born, she was in ketosis. So were you, me, everybody. We just became carb adapted after we started feeding on all the carbs. So I give her a little bit because ketones, your brain, are great for your brain. And that's why your mom started making them when you were conceived, because the baby's brain developed very well with them. Then, so right up on through toddlers to youth to it's helping their brain develop. Certainly, I mean, we have seen phenomenal anecdotal evidence, but there's so much so that they're looking on doing many more studies on it, on children with that are having attention problems in school. There is significant research on ketosis and kids on the autistic spectrum. So it's, all these things kind of correlate and or can go over to what we're seeing on ketones as well. So bring that right up through teenagers. People, anybody in their 20s looking to optimize their health. This is an ultimate pre-workout. Certainly, people that are studying through colleges, the cognitive effects that this has. They're saying are incredible. Then when you get into the anti-aging crowd, because of the muscle sparing benefits, as we all know, we start to lose muscle pretty quickly, a certain percentage every year after a certain age, and that can have serious long-term effects on our long-term and aged care health. So then you've got the champion athlete that is blown away by this product, right down to the sedentary office worker that, if we can get, maybe give up coffee number 4 and Red Bull and whatever they're using for energy to get through the day and give them this, then that's a big win. The doctors of every discipline are looking at this for its anti-inflammatory properties, just down to its, let's face it, weight loss. And then you got the weight loss crowd. And you don't need to be any, you don't need to be a doctor to understand it. You got the people that don't know anything about nutrition. So every demographic.
From the womb to the tomb.
That's it. And a real impact, though, on each one of them. It's not like, you'll see many healthcare companies out there that have something that's okay for this and something that's okay from this. And this is like really, seriously having an impact on each one of them.
Yeah.
So everyone.
For everybody. Yeah. So what if I'm on a strict ketogenic diet? Do I still need to, or should I still take ketos? And what's the benefits for if I'm already following a strict ketogenic diet?
You can look at it a couple different ways. I mean, I know that when I got into ketosis, I was seeing blood ketone levels elevated much higher than people that had been saying they were in ketosis for a long period of time. And I know that the top researchers in ketosis that I listen to, like Dr. Dom D'Agostino, Jacob Wilson, Mary Newport, these are people that are in ketosis, Jeff Volek, and they're taking the product as well. So I just always want to do what the guys that really, really know the science are doing. I mean, but then that being said, it does make sense. I mean, for me, although I live in ketosis, if there's ever a time where I may want to go out and have alcoholic substances that may kick me out of ketosis, this helps me get back into it. If I want to go on vacation where, look, maybe you don't want to live it all the time, then you're still able to get the benefits of ketones and keep yourself with that elevated blood ketone level and go in and out of it. I think that, there is something to be said about it's an energy source.
Yeah, and it gives you a little bit more flexibility, right? Around your diet. Yeah.
Somebody in ketosis that jacks himself up with extra ketones right before a workout, they're going to have more ketones to utilize.
Yeah, that's true. So are the supplements safe? Did I hear something about them getting like a food grade stamp on them?
Yeah, I mean, they are, I'll tell you, I was on a webinar one time with a doctor of food nutrition science with 20 years of food production experience, grilling them on everything in every part of the formula. And I remember talking to the CEO afterwards, and he said, look, we got lightning in a bottle here, right? This is going to be on every doctor's shelf around the world in the next 5 years. There's no way we would put some stupid artificial sweetener or something in here. Everything that we have is top notch. Now keep in mind, this is his exact words, beta hydroxybutyrate is one of the most expensive ingredients that you'll find in any nutritional supplement on the market, especially to get a good, and believe me, not all beta hydroxybutyrate is the same. So in order to do that and still keep the price at a marketable amount, they couldn't go get the biodynamic or the organic certifications. Everything that they've done is done to that standard. And a lot of the ingredients, it's not like, they don't have bananas in their ingredients. It's not spinach, right? This is beta hydroxybutyrate. So as long as they're keeping the lab clean and using good ingredients, then it's good. Right. So yeah. So everything they've done is just done, also with organics, it takes, a long time to get those certifications. It's a lot of money to get the certifications. And then it would mean that less people would be able to afford ketones.
Yeah, actually, that's my next question. A lot of people say that it's expensive. So how would you maybe tell them that it's actually not so expensive to be healthier?
Well, yeah, I mean, really, compared to what?
Yeah.
Like there hasn't been ketones on the market before. There's some other ketones on the market. Many of them are very low quality, and there's not many of them out there, but some of them that are coming onto the market at a cheaper price point. I just want to trust them. I mean, they're not the ones that have partnered with all the universities. They're not the ones that all the doctors are using in their experiments. And there's a reason for that. Right. As with anything, you can get cheap ingredients, you can put cheap sweeteners in. But yeah, it's what do you want to put in your body? And really what we're paying for here is results. Right. So that once it is certainly, compared to like a protein powder, I guess if that's what people are used to, but people just have to understand that there has not been anything like this on the market before.
Yes.
And I mean, there's a reason why they're getting their success that they are. There's a reason why there are so many of these transformations. There's a reason why, so many doctors are behind it. And that's why. And then, so when people, do love it, right? If they, and do understand why there's, it's more expensive than, other products, I guess, that you can buy in 30 sachets, since there's nothing to compare it to, then the company has great ways for their loyal customers to be able to save more and more money. So just the big thing is to try it, make sure, or, and then see for yourself why it's worth the money. And then we'll for sure show you how to get it for much, much cheaper.
Yeah, what I noticed actually is that I ended up saving money after I started using this, because I didn't have to snack all the time or have extra coffees and, beverages.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't like to try and say to somebody that's new to the product, but don't worry, you're going to cut down on your food.
Yeah.
To get that, because it's not a meal replacement.
No.
When you move to having more efficient food and with a more efficient fuel in your body, logic says that you probably won't need as much food in order to make your body go. Right? That's certainly something fun.
And so what about, how long do you have to use the product to feel the benefits of the product, or can you feel them straight away?
Well, the ketones are going to go into your body straight away, right? You'll have that elevated level in 30 minutes. Now, different people are more sensitive to it. Some people are more, I don't know if resilient is the right word, but it just takes longer for some people to really feel the benefits and to be able to take advantage of it. What will immediately happen is your body will get ketones again. Depending on what your diet's been for the past however long you've been alive, that will take, and depending on you, it will take a certain amount of time before your body starts utilizing these ketones efficiently.
Mm.
Even someone that gets themselves into ketosis, which can take, 3 days to a week to even longer to actually start the body producing ketones again. Even when they start producing ketones, they're not utilizing them efficiently. And then it takes a certain amount of time until they do that. Some people say, 3 weeks, some people say 6, and then 3 months before you really start doing it. And then even, people like Don Diegues, say it's not until a year that you're really super efficient at using these ketones. So everybody's different with this.
Mm.
They always, in a year of sharing it with, and over, I guess, through my customers and stuff like that, it's over 24,500 people. What we found is that everybody gets the benefits as long as they take it for long enough.
Mm.
Right? The only people that don't see the benefits are the ones that stop too early.
Yeah.
It really is a question of that. Because look, the body, it's quite simply, the body was meant to run on on this energy source.
Mm.
So.
And so a lot of people have been also asking me, is this like a short-term diet that when you reach your, let's say, if your goal is to lose weight, and when you get to your goal weight that you just stop it, and what happens when you stop using this?
We go back to, if you don't change your diet at all, then every day you're going to take this and you're going to elevate your blood ketones for 2 to 6 hours, depending on who you are and what you do. So that means that, like, right off the bat, for a certain amount of the day, you're going to be benefiting from ketones. Now, if you're moving into a ketogenic diet or even into a low carb, high fat diet, your body is going to start producing a low level of ketones on its own as well. So you'll be benefiting from those also. When you stop taking the product, you'll stop, putting the product or the ketones into your body, and you go back to what you were doing before. Now, hopefully you've done that. And if you, did use it to get into ketosis, you're producing a small amount, you'll be better off that way. But yeah, if you don't, then you just go back to how you were before. That's it.
Yeah.
Now, if you did that in a diet phase, though, you'll have done that without losing the muscle mass that you can normally when you restrict calories. And so therefore your metabolism won't be slowed. And then you won't get into that thing where if you go back to eating the same way that you were before, or eating the same amount that you were before, where you're gaining all the weight back and faster.
Yeah.
Right? That's what happens a lot of times with these diets. And that's one of the great benefits they say about ketones. Mm-hmm.
So there's been a lot of interest around this product in Finland, and people are a bit bummed about the sort of shipping situation. And some people feel that it's too much to go through all the the shipping steps. So what do you think? When's the direct shipping worldwide going to happen, or is it going to happen, or Europe, or when is that more easier to get the product?
Listen, it could. It really depends on the people in Finland, right? When I went to, and would you like me to talk about the business side now? Do you want to go into that, or do you want me to finish off on the product side of things, but let you know from a customer standpoint how the shipping will improve and when?
Maybe on a customer side of.
Okay, so on the customer side, you've got from a customer standpoint, you have some incredible people in Finland right now, and an incredible person from Finland in Australia right now that is going to be working with someone that is very good at making the pre-launch phase of a country very, very efficient, fast, and affordable for a customer. And what I mean by that is we're going to be setting up systems in Finland immediately, really, where customers don't have to go through all of the shipping, that the distributors that are setting up the distribution within Finland will be taking care of all of that for them. So from a customer, from the end user customer, it's going to get very easy very quickly. And then look, the EU is very close to full certification. I think that you can expect, and again, it does depend a little bit on what goes on in Finland and how much the market wants it, as to when, they look to, actually direct ship to there. But because of proximities in Europe as well, once warehousing is set up, it becomes and certification is granted. It becomes very easy to, kind of spawn, for lack of a better word, out to all the different countries in the area. So yeah, so it's not too long.
Happening. Yeah.
That's it. But in the meantime, it'll be very, from a consumer standpoint, it's going to get very convenient very quickly.
Yes. Awesome. So, I think that's maybe it about the product, or do you have something else to add?
No, I'll just finish off by saying that, yeah, it really is, just an amazing. I always get excited when new countries start to bring it in, because what we've seen here has been incredible. The amount of stories just all day long. We started a customer group, which I'm sure Finland will start up, that is just filled with positivity and people changing their lives and moving towards better health. And the company, is really, that's what it's about, right? It's not about the product. The product's awesome. The product will do incredible things for your body, but it's really gone beyond that into a community of people that are all experiencing this. So they're feeling better, they're looking better, they're more focused, and they're just inspired to help other people do the same thing. And so, I know, and Annie, you've seen what's going on over here with setting up all of these excellent things to just go so much further than any other nutritional product ever has. And I look forward to that happening in Finland as well.
Yes, it's been crazy how many people are interested in there. And imagine when the winter is like 8 to 10 months, or the autumn and the winter. So they are tired and they're lacking the sun. So anything that can get them extra energy, and they're ready.
All right. Well, you just inspired me to work extra hard to get the product into Finland. So that's good.
Yeah, let's get going. Yeah, okay. Thank you for this. I'm gonna now press the button to unrecord this. Yes. Okay, thank you.